Welcome back. It's time for day 40. Can you believe it? I can't. I never thought I'd make it to day 20. Or 21. Man, that feels like an age ago, doesn't it? So weird. Anyway, the plan today, we're gonna be removing crates from the tunnel. And if not, well, then we're not, I guess. We're at the behest of RNG. An unusually long loading screen. Maybe it needed to load all kinds of new stuff for day 40. Stuff I haven't seen before, hopefully. I don't know. Probably not. Okay. Let's go. 33 stars. It's a travesty. Right, I did do a furnace. I mean, a freezer. So I have 24 gold and 9 gems. And no moon pendant, because I was an idiot. And froze my accounts before I bought it. Grab it. Well, money's not an issue anymore. So I guess we don't have to worry about tokens, you know? I mean, I'll take them if I find them, but... other than that, maybe I don't care. It's gonna be fine. So I did end the day in Planetarium. So, we're gonna be able to get it here. Is that a good idea, though? I mean, both of these I'm not really excited about, so I may as well do it. Let's see here. Dig spot. This is the same, huh? Maybe I have to come out here with the telescope again. Maybe something different will happen when I come out here with it. So what we need today is Ladyship's Chamber. That's the current plan as well. I also maybe want to take a stab at the whole castle deal. I mean, I'm missing such few letters here. There's just... I gotta be able to do this, right? So that's the plan. Also, I went through the VODs and finally looked at the boxes for these, so this is now complete. So when I finally get all of them, I can start thinking about that. And hopefully something cool comes out of it. Other than that, I don't really know what the plan is. There is no plan. We let the house dictate the plan. Spare veranda is a killer. Love this place. Speed drafting today. Oh no, we can't speed draft with the parlor. Fuck, we're about to get our asses kicked again. Give me that. Let's see here. Okay. The white box is true. The other two boxes are false. The other two boxes are empty. Oh my goodness. Alright, I don't even want to try and think about it. Let's just immediately take pictures and start working on it. Oh god. This is gonna be the end of me. These are getting really difficult, I gotta say. I mean, I haven't really thought about this one yet, but... in general, you know, they are definitely getting more difficult. Okay, let's see here. So... okay, let's assume the gems are somewhere. Okay? So if the gems are in here... oh wait, there's no statement regarding the location of the gems, though. Wait, this doesn't work in that case. Okay, so if this is true... then... oh, wait a second. If this is true... this can't be true. So that can't work. Right? So this is false. Which means this one is maybe true? The other two boxes are empty. Oh, this one does say something about gems, of course. So wait a second. If the gems are in here, then this one needs to be true, right? And if this is true, then this one needs to be... wait a second. If this is true, this one needs to be false. And this one needs to be... false. That works as well. I'm so confused right now. If the gems are in this box, then this is true for sure. The gems are not in here. The other two boxes are false. So if this is false, then both of these need to be true, right? Which can't be the case. So this doesn't work. Oh, wait a sec. I see now. Hold on a minute. So what if the gems are in here? Actually, maybe let's not think about that. Let's just evaluate truth here. Because if that works... The other two boxes are empty. The white box is true. This can only be the case if this is false. Because this one says the other two boxes are false. But this doesn't say anything about where the gems are, though. Oh, it does, actually. That means the gems are in here, no? What the fuck? Wait a sec. What if we say this is true? The white box is true. Wait, I see the problem here. Once again, I fell for the paradox. Oh my god. If the white box is true, that means the other two boxes are false. But then this can't be true, because this needs to be false, right? So this doesn't work. Gone. So if this is true, the other two boxes are false. That doesn't work either. Wait, what? I'm losing my mind right now. Okay, I'm trying to evaluate this just from like a false-true perspective now. And not even that makes sense. The white box is true. If that is false... Then... Oh, then that is false, of course, over here. Right? And that's false. Which means this one needs to be true. Oh, that makes sense. Then the gems are in here. Should I go with my gut on this now? This feels like it makes sense, right? If the white box is true, if that statement is false, then this one is false. And if both of these are false, this needs to be true. And if this is true, then this one needs to be full, because the other two boxes are empty. Right? Oh, thank the Lord! Okay, we got one. Nice. Nice. Okay, that makes sense. Whew. Tough one. I like that I said speedrun time, and then I stood here for like 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going back now. This is the ultimate strategy that I have developed. Code check. Ooh. Or do I hallway and then code check? No. Let's do code check. We grab the emerald bracelet, and then we get a study today. That's gonna be sick. Retrieve it. Thank you. This way. Ooh, den here is fantastic. I like the den. No trunk, though. Not that it matters. We don't have keys or hammers. Commissary seems good. So does workshop, actually. But this early, I think commissary is better. Especially when we are floating this much money. Shovel! Yes, sir. Metal detector? Yep. You know it. Sleeping mask? Yeah. And I guess I'll take a salt shaker. I bought everything. Uh-oh. Oh no, the right side of the house is fucked. Hallway. Do I go that way, though, or do I go back to parlor? Let's go back to parlor. I have a good feeling about this. Maybe even draft this one, actually. Showroom, baby! Hell yeah! Ornate compass. My baby. My baby. Silver spoon? Yes. Dude, this is what it feels like to be rich, apparently. Must be amazing. Imagine being rich, like for real. Oh, the study! Don't give it to me here! Maybe it's fine, actually. Dude, this is actually sick. Yes, take it. Take the study. Money? Good. We have a severe lack of... I was about to say items, but that's not true at all. We have items. What was I on about? We have items. We have lots of items. We have good items. The best items. Let's go to hallway. The problem is, we have no key, so if these doors are locked, then I'm fucked. I've never been in this situation before. Okay, thank God. Office seems like a good idea. The doors make sense. And it's free. And the gem department. Good. Do we go in there yet, though? Maybe we go this way. Come on. Yeah, that's fantastic! Passageway. But then again, laboratory. We gotta start an experiment, right? Oh god, the game is really testing me right now. I'm being tested. Ah, but we have office to start an experiment. We're fine. Passageway. Then we go to office. Come on, come on, come on. Boom. Almost forgot about the terminal in here. We're not gonna spread gold yet. Swan song. Let's see here. Any mail for me today? Wednesday, December 15th. Did I note the date today? Shit, there's no new mail? No! I thought there would be one every day from now on. Okay. RTA. RPC in the ATP. Good. Let's see what we got. Continue. Come on, crates. Shit! Okay, that's fine, though. Maybe we do this one, because we're lacking stars severely. Right? Whenever I draft a shop room... Ah, I've already done that. Each time I draft an upgraded floor plan, perhaps? Gain one random item, then set your keys to 0. I mean, that's good if you have a master key. But I don't. That would be really funny to try, actually. Wouldn't it? Let's go with upgraded floor plan. I'm not the biggest fan of this here, but it's fine. It is what it is. You can't get lucky every time. Actually, I have gotten pretty lucky. I got the lockpicking thing, which is what I wanted, and I also got the crates thing once. So I got both of the things I wanted. But of course, we need more crates removed. Mechanarium. So, has one door for each... Right. How many do I have? Almost none. You know what? Let's try and get as many mechanical rooms today. And then draft Mechanarium. I kind of want to see what happens when you open all the compartments. Right? Nook? Oh, we need that actually. Holy fucking shit, the keys. Nook me up. Don't look me up, though. That was so stupid. Doesn't even make sense. Give me that. This way. Those were very needed. I could redraw here. Boiler room! Yeah. Why not? We have a beepity boop. Is it from in here? No, it's in... Oh god, I'm wasting steps. Where the hell is the beepity boop? Oh, here it is. Oh my god, 44 steps. Good thing we have the spoon. No dig spots, eh? Let's not forget we have a dig spot in the planetarium. I actually worked in a planetarium once. As a young lad. As a tour guide. I hated that job. I thought I was gonna talk about space and all that stuff, right? And planets and But it turns out it was mostly team building stuff for companies, and it had nothing to do with that, so it was a big disappointment. So that's going that way. We wanted to turn right. There we go. So I basically quit pretty soon after. It wasn't for me. Okay, shit. We're not gonna take that. I'm gonna redraw. Security is actually fantastic. But it's not rotated in the right way. Conference room is actually sick with office. But what do we do about security doors? I'm taking conference room. We can get security later. Trust. Trust in the process. And surely we shall succeed. Okay. Man, right side of the house and left side is kinda fucked right now. Drawing room. Kind of a waste. Redraw. Use the gems, right? Ooh, utility closet actually could come in handy if I do this in combination with security. In case I don't find what I need, right? I think it may be worth it. Let's do it. Hell yeah. Keycard entry system off. Gymnasium is going to be off. Dark room, that's fine. Garage on. Okay. Okay. Kind of want to get a rumpus room today, actually. That would be sick. I missed that guy. Now we reroute power to make it go left. Sweet. A kitchen would be stellar. Oh god, 3 keys! Workshop? I mean, dark room is usable today. We take it, we go back to the utility. But workshop is not bad either. Walk-in closet is maybe a bit too risky. There's a chance of a key card though. But I guess we're going for the security play. Ooh. We have to do it. We gotta do this. Wood-fired pizza. That's the furnace. Club sandwich. Or bacon and eggs. Let's do club sandwich. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. 32 steps. In my pocket. Garage. We could turn that on, actually. But then we need keys. But why am I doing this? Maybe it's not a good idea. Redraw. Armory. Ooh, but we don't have a lot of gold. Attic seems better here. But then we are not going to get to that room on the bottom left there. You know what? I'll live. I'll live. It'll be okay. Keys? Oh, nice. Oh, secret garden key. Sick. Very good. Thank you. Treasure map. Nice. Where? Oh my god. Really? Right in front of the antechamber. Coupon book. Do I take that? That is a terrible polluter. So is salt, actually. I shouldn't have taken it. Maybe I'll do some kind of lost and found play today. A galaxy brain move, you know? Take it. Fuck it. Who knows? Maybe it'll save my ass. This way. Back to passageway. Passageway, you're my only hope. Now we can go here and spread money. Or I wait because, the more rooms you have, the more gold you get. So you know what? I'm waiting. That's right. We're going greedy mode. We need a security now. Fuck. Security here would be stellar. Yes, baby! Oh! That made me so happy just now. Holy shit. Okay, inventory. We missed nothing. We are so vigilant and observant. Keycard system. You already know it. I mean... Hi. Actually. Set it to high, offline mode. Unlocked. Boom. Security doors are not an issue today. That's awesome. Now give me as many security doors as possible. Oh, wow. I know there's more in the master bedroom. I just can't prove it. You know the Dokes meme? Also, it would be a disastrous draft here. Fuck, I should have taken the gift shop experiment. I mean, not gift shop, the showroom. No! The shop room experiment. Damn, that was hard to get out. Did I even trigger the experiment once? Oh no. I'll redraw. Chapel. One more. I mean, the gems are there to be spent, right? Walk-in closet? I don't really need that. Give me like a nice straight room. There we go. Workshop is fantastic. And a hammer. Lovely. Can I combine anything? Coupon book. Can that be combined with anything at all? I don't think it can. It sucks in that way. But these two can be. And I like that, I think. Bigger chance of finding keys. Which is something we need today. Thanks. The detector shovel. And then... that's it. Nothing else can be done here. A nice dead end. Maybe a conservatory? Ooh, armory. Library is actually, better. We get to read in that case. Do it. Wow, a gem as well. The Curse of Blackbridge by Redford Ewing. Okay, here we go. Forward. The legend of Blackbridge is one that's well known to the people of the Grand Realm. For versions of this tale have been passed down from generation to generation. With each new telling, the story has changed, becoming over the years more colorful, more verbose, and as one might expect, increasingly horrifying. However, with many renditions and unique personal touches, the task of confining and binding this tale to text seemed an ambitious and impossible challenge. Over the course of my research, I have heard dozens of variations of the legend, and while the details would often change, I was surprised how much of the story's heart remained the same. Yet, the more I listened, the clearer it became that there could never be a definitive version of this tale capable of capturing all the wonder and myth of Blackbridge. In the end, I chose to write down what felt most authentic. The story my grandmother told me as a boy, long ago. So you did all that research just to tell the story your grandmother told you? Nice. Part 1. The Berry Picker from Oris. Okay. Many years ago, before peace had become a familiar word, there lived a group of rogues so wayward that the locals deemed it appropriate to call their number the Unholy Hounds. They were feral outlaws composed of society's worst in a time when society was at its worst. And for each crime that fearful travelers credited to the group, a dozen more lay unclaimed, each worse than the last. For the gentry, however, who often value their coffers more than their companions, no crime could measure more wicked than the group's primary enterprise, high road robbery. One such member of this so-called band of rogues was a boy of 13 years, Jesper. who had not been lucky in life, having lost 2 brothers to war and parents to famine. In the years of hunger that followed, Jesper lived in a gutter behind a churchyard, relying on the nourishment of scurrying bugs and weeds harvested from the cracks of the alleyway to sustain his pitiful existence. It is not surprising that a child aiming to escape such hardships would take any easy road out. An easy and well-traveled road paved with temptations, leading out of the city and into the gentry lands, where loose purse strings entwine with the strands of salvation and glisten equally with the hope of opportunity. What a nice sentence. I like that. It was this road that eventually led Jesper to the end of his youth, a hidden cave at the bottom of Black Bridge Canyon. It was here that he met his surrogate family and saviors, that notorious gang of godless outlaws known as the Unholy Hounds. Interesting. Despite the hardened circumstances that had led him to this vocation of banditry, Jesper was surprisingly tender-hearted and was often teased by the group for being too kind for such an ignoble life. For this reason, Jesper was assigned the innocent role of berry picker. It was not just innocence that set berry picking apart from the gang's more wicked undertakings, for it was the only duty performed without the safety of night's concealment. Jesper, no stranger to solitude, did not protest that he alone worked while the others slept soundly, tucked away in the cave at the bottom of Black Bridge Canyon. On one such occasion, Jesper decided to get an early start. He left the cave, berry basket in hand, and set out into the woods before the morning sun had even brushed against the tallest treetops. It was colder in the mornings, but the headway dawn afforded meant Jesper could reach the furthermost berry patches without worry of being chastised for tarrying upon his return. The berry picker. That's also a blessing. Remember that? It took over 3 hours on foot to reach his destination, and along the way, Jesper had passed by many a familiar bush, all priorly pillaged and so bereft of berries that one would have to dedicate several moments in earnest examination before finding a single one. Jesper was patient, but even patience has its limits. He was confident that even accounting for the time lost to this long stretch of travel, his efforts would be well worth the pains. Surveying the patches in this new grove surprised even Jesper. The red dots suspended among the leaves seemed as numerous as stars in the skies. Upon seeing such a bounteous sight, he clutched his berry basket tightly and nearly toppled over out of joy. Once he had regained his senses, Jesper quickly made a decision. He would not reveal the location of this newfound treasure. Instead, he would earn the respect of his confederates who, upon seeing his yield, might attribute the success to hard work. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Nice. Smiling at his plan, Jesper set off to fill his basket and was making steady strides in this task when the sound of thundering hooves interrupted him. A carriage! A carriage is approaching! The thought of it made Jesper freeze. Had he been so enchanted by his discovery that he had neglected to observe his surroundings? How could a roadway be so close? He ducked down and crept toward the impending sound, hiding behind one of the larger bushes nearby. It was only a moment more before the sound's source revealed itself. Within 50 paces of where Jesper hid, an elegant carriage with gold trim came soaring around a corner of trees, led by 2 beautiful white horses and conveyed by a stern-looking driver, seated atop the vehicle, flaunting the most sophisticated regalia Jesper had ever seen. It was not just any carriage, it was a royal carriage. Even without ever having witnessed such a sight before, Jesper was certain. The sight had so transfixed Jesper that he stood awestruck, unable to tear away as the carriage approached. The little concealment the bush provided was soon proven unequal to the driver's lofty perch, and upon spotting the boy, he pulled the reins with such effect that the noble steed slid to a sudden halt with precise control. Man, this is kind of exciting. I'm loving this. You boy! Get out from behind that bush, he shouted with a rigidity that betrayed a modest amount of fear. You startled me half to death, coming round the bend of my own drive and me seeing such an unfamiliar face, in a place where there ought not be any face. Jesper quickly contemplated running. The man was much older, and his dress was suitable for courtly behavior, not dashing through the bramble and mud. I was picking berries. Jesper raised the half-filled basket up to allow the driver to see the proof of his words. The demeanor of the man suddenly changed. It was a change that Jesper was familiar with. He had many times seen the same stern expressions and the most fiendish bandits melt away when presented with a berry basket. Any suspicions that the driver might have had instantly evaporated, for even the notion of a member of the Unholy Hounds picking berries seemed farcical. The softened expression even made allowances for a smile. Berries, eh? Say, you couldn't have picked a better spot for them, could you? I used to pick berries here as a boy. Jesper took his cue to finally step forward out from behind the bush, proudly brandishing his basket. I know, and what luck I found them. I've only just begun picking, and look how many I have. It would have taken me fourfold the time back home to procure this number. The driver bent down for a closer look. And where is your home, boy? It must be quite far. Jesper replied with a scripted response. A little south of Tanner Fork, just past the burnt woods. My God, that is far. You couldn't have come all that way only this morning. It was true. Tanner Fork was in the exact opposite direction that Jesper had traveled. And while that response would seem perfectly reasonable in a location closer to Blackbridge Canyon, he could see why it might seem less believable here. Sir, I have traveled much farther for much less profit. I dare say there is no distance yet made by man that would not be worth undertaking for a prize such as these. Surely you have tasted them for yourself. Jesper felt happier with this response as it seemed to amplify the man's smile. In my youth often, but perhaps I took it for granted because I never had to travel very far. And even then, my father would always drive us here in our carriage. So I'm ashamed I never had to walk such a stretch to earn an equal reward. It was Jesper's time to smile. Then let my efforts reward us both today. He raised the basket even higher. A taste, in memory of your youth, sir. The driver chuckled and removed one glove, bending over the seat to reach down to the basket. And at the moment his fingers touched the first berry, the dagger in turn met his throat, cutting through a superficial layer of skin and drawing blood. Jesper caught the man's startled eyes. And for that taste, I will have your purse, sir, in memory of my youth. The driver's arm had gone stiff, his chin raised and trembling, more frightened than he had ever been before. Whether unable or incapable of speaking, he did not respond to the boy. Perhaps he did not think his jaw could afford to be engaged at this particular time. Jesper let the basket drop, freeing his other hand to probe the man's pockets. Do not mistake me, sir. I will not kill you if you give me no cause. Though I will admit, the thought of taking your carriage and leaving you the indignity of walking appeals to me. Unable to find a purse in the man's coat, Jesper pivoted to search the seat under him. Why have you no purse upon your person? The driver slowly raised his hand cautiously, pointing toward the carriage door behind him. Jesper lowered the knife's edge, a small degree to allow the man to speak, which he did in turn softly. There's a lockbox in the carriage. Well, come down then, and grant me the courtesy of sparing your life and binding your hands. A concession I assure you of my tender heart, for it would be much easier to slit your throat. The man started to comply, slowly lowering himself from the driver's seat of the carriage. Once down, Jesper guided him away from the carriage to a nearby tree, where he instructed him to get on his knees and put his hands behind his back. Damn! Jesper, what the fuck? Tender-hearted my ass. Excusing his inexperience, the man indulged Jesper while he figured out how to adequately bind him. The smile and kindness Jesper had seen on this man's face, now nothing more than a distant memory. In their place, cold, dark eyes displaying no emotion. I wonder, should I grant you the same clemency you are showing me? Jesper stopped, surprised by the question but ignored it, secured the final bindings and then hastily returned to the carriage. With one hand on the door's handle, he turned back to the man. If there is no lockbox, there will be no clemency. Inside, the carriage was surprisingly dusty and unswept, a stark contrast to the elegant and polished golden facade of the exterior. It had apparently been many years since a passenger had enjoyed passage in this vehicle. This all but confirmed what Jesper had suspected. The driver of this carriage was not a liveried servant in the employ of some greater master. Any curiosity that this observation might have further produced was quickly abandoned upon seeing what rested under the carriage's back seat. A large wooden lockbox. Oh shit. Despite its hefty appearance, the box was surprisingly easy to handle. Within a few minutes, Jesper had dislodged it from its hold and carried it out into the sunlight. Inspecting the box carefully, 2 observations were made. Totemic symbols found carved on all 4 sides of the box hinted that the box was very old and likely not created by Arindian hands. It reminded him of artifacts from the old world and was presumably crafted in one of the ancient realms. Secondly, the box was secured by a rusted yet robust padlock and would not open easily without a key. Jesper looked over to see the driver quietly observing from his indentured position. "Do you perhaps have a key you can provide me to open this box?" Without emotion, the driver replied, "There is no key to that box." Jesper stood up. "Easy enough then." He headed over to a nearby rock of sizable dimensions and lifted the stone up, carrying it back to the box. If there was ever a time when that lock had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. With one hit, the stone had completely shattered the rusted lock. He bent back down and opened the lid. Inside was an effigy, a crude figure chiseled from stone. Without too much deliberation, Jesper bent down and picked it up, somewhat surprised how heavy it seemed given how light the box had felt. Having expected to find something more akin to gold or gems, he looked questioningly to the man, hoping to find an explanation. The driver's smile had once again returned. "You are cursed, boy, for deadly is the stone. You have opened that which should never have been opened, and you are cursed." Oh, shit! Okay. Jesper carried the effigy over to the man and shoved it in front of his face. "What is it?" "That's one." Feeling his disappointment rising to anger now, Jesper tightened his grip on the effigy. "One what, you mumbling agentor? And in God's name, why have you no purse upon your person?" The man did not seem intimidated. "One pace." He paused for effect. 12 more and you will be dead." He only had a second to flinch before the effigy struck him in the head and put an end to his cryptic ramblings. If there was ever a time when the old man had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. That's a good one. Jesper looked down at the sculpted stone figure, now splattered red. Was it cursed? Was he cursed? He had of course heard stories of curses and had never doubted their validity in the past. But now that he was standing face to face with the possibility of being cursed, his mind pleaded with him to be skeptical. And if he was cursed, what difference would the knowledge make? A dozen more paces would not be enough to find another living soul, to say nothing of the chances of procuring a remedy. If he did not move from where he now stood, he could live maybe another 3 or 4 days, maybe more given the abundance of nearby berries. A plan that, if we ignore its obvious faults, might provide additional opportunities for help to come along. But what good would that do? To be discovered here? Beside a body? Stolen goods in hand? Bloated from berries and raving about a curse that could very well not be real? No. It would most certainly be better to face one's fate now, take a dozen paces and see if life goes on. But Jesper found his legs unable to make the first step. His mind was unable to convince his limb to waste away 1/12 of his life in a single motion. Dude, the writing is really good. Right? Feeling the desperation sink in, he hopelessly looked about him for a solution. And if, by some stroke of luck, the gods had heard his plea, a miracle materialized before him as if he found himself suddenly at the end of a fairy tale. 2 white horses and a carriage of golden trim were beside him. The answer to his immediate prayers. He laughed at his fortune and calculated the short number of paces back to the road. 4, perhaps only 3 if he jumped. He made a quick survey to see if there was anything he wished to grab before taking the plunge. He thought about removing the driver's fancy coat, as that appeared to be of some value, but the additional risk of undertaking such a task too great to chance. And so, after a profound breath, he took his second, third, and fourth steps, though they were quite large. Seated now behind the horses, he reached for the reins and suddenly realized that he was still gripping the effigy. If the curse was real, then it would most certainly be better left here. If, on the other hand, the story was fictitious, there might be some appraisal that could be made of the figure. It was, after all, found within a lockbox, whose typical function oft secures objects of value. Having witnessed firsthand the horrors of destitution, Jesper found his mind equally reluctant to allow his hand to let go. If it is cursed, I die. If not today, then tomorrow. And if I die, what care have I? And with that statement said aloud, to the horses, seemingly, Jesper took up the reins with confidence. Holy shit! That was part 1 only. This is a long-ass book. What the hell? Jesus. I mean, it's kind of nice. I like it. Hold on, I need to quickly grab a drink here. Okay. Part 2. Below the Black Bridge. Miller awoke to some light nudging from a familiar foot. Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in such ill-mannered fashion. Shaking the sleep from her eyes, she glared up at him in the darkness, but did not say a word. He nudged her again, teasingly, then stepped back into the dim. After taking a moment for her eyes to adjust to the darkness of the cave, Miller remembered. She was on third watch today. Quietly collecting her things and wits, Miller turned as she left, waving to her young friend who was more than likely already asleep. She crept through the cavern's main passage, careful not to wake the sleeping bandits around her. Like a hero in a book, she often mused. Quietly, she grabbed a bow from the haphazardly formed pile of weapons, shaking the accompanying quiver in the darkness to assess how many arrows it held. She then walked toward the sun-drenched mouth of the cavern, ready to start her shift. This has to be related to Blackbridge Grotto somehow. Above her, in one of the few trees found in the canyon, Miller could see that Ravia was already posted. She waved, and Ravia waved back. Calling out to each other was strictly forbidden. Anything louder than a gesture in the canyon was forbidden. When Miller reached the tree, Ravia lowered a braided rope and pointed to the ground behind her. Miller turned, following the finger, and saw a pail of water resting beside a nearby log. She turned back to Ravia, nodded, and secured the pail to the rope. The pail went up first, and in turn, Miller followed. Ravia reached across to grab the water. Miller leaned back to give her space. There was not much room for maneuvering in this tree post, a necessary concession for the concealment the outpost demanded. Ravia tilted the pail up to her mouth dramatically, illustrating how thirsty she had been. Miller laughed silently as water poured out, splashing onto Ravia's face. It was a bit too daring and noisy of a joke, and had the others been around, they would have certainly been scolded for the unwarranted sound. But Miller appreciated the efforts Ravia took to verbalize the silence of the morning. They had been on third watch together for over a month, and during that speechless time, their friendship had grown into something special. Affection was unsurprisingly scarce among the unholy hounds. She had felt camaraderie before, of course, but intimacy, never. From their elevated vantage, the girls could see both the concealed entrance of the cavern, as well as a clear view of the bridge that spanned across the canyon. Blackbridge was the link between the Gentry lands and the northern mountains, the overpass that connected Oris and Reddington. Oh. To the city-faring travelers of the realm, the bridge was an unavoidable crossing. In the day, the task was to ensure that travelers passed by without stopping. At night, the task was to ensure that they do. Like most of her band, Miller preferred the night. The biting glare of the sun might be tolerable to farmhands and bricklayers, but to her cavern-housed bandit, it was a source of constant annoyance. In the day, there was no shroud to conceal her expressions, nor to hide her thoughts. She felt exposed. Ravia touched her elbow and pointed up. Miller, striving to suppress a budding smile, suddenly shook her head in response. There were many signs that the unholy hounds used in lieu of words, but the two of them had developed an extended vocabulary. Gestures quietly forged in the shared solitude of their month among the branches. She watched as Ravia shifted, placing her palms flat on the floorboards beneath them. Miller knew what she was trying to say, but shook her head a second time. It was often more fun to pretend not to understand. Ravia rolled her eyes and turned away, looking back to the canyon. Squinting through the leaves, the two girls held still, watching and listening. It was not long until Miller, too, heard the sounds of approach. Ravia held up two bent fingers, and a few moments later, two men emerged from the bridge's southern end. They were dressed in a familiar uniform. Long gray coats with black facings, white waistcoats, and black tricorn hats. They belonged to the local patrol, the Blackguard. Although not an everyday occurrence, their presence at Blackbridge wasn't an unusual sight. It typically indicated an important traveler's impending passage across the bridge, information that the girls would promptly relay to their leaders as soon as the coast was clear. Whew, lot of reading. But this report, while exciting, was rarely acted upon. In Miller's 5 years in the Unholy Hounds, she had never once seen a carriage taken in open daylight when the Blackguard was nearby. The men had nearly reached the bridge's north end when Miller heard the horses, faintly at first, but growing louder with each passing moment. Ravia's eyes met Miller's. The same concern mirrored in each other's expression. This did not sound like the typical carriage, cautiously approaching the bridge to cross. Instead of the familiar crunch of the high road's gravel, they heard the harsh clattering of hoofbeats against stone. Both girls quickly redirected their attention downwards, looking through the foliage. The sounds were not coming from the high road, but from the canyon itself. The horses were coming from below the bridge. In an instant, Miller had knocked an arrow and drawn her bow. Go! Ravia was gone before the whisper had even left Miller's mouth. The young scout was already sliding down the bank below, racing toward the cave. There was no road that ran below the canyon. There was no reason for numerous horses to be approaching their cave. There was only one reasonable conclusion, and both girls had reached it instantly. The base had been compromised. This was a blackguard attack. The moment the horses came into view, Miller let loose her first arrow. She was surprised to see a carriage. She had expected cavalry. Before she even finished processing that thought, her second arrow was in the air. Without a trail, it would be unthinkable for a carriage to traverse such rough terrain. Yet she watched as the wheels jolted over the rocky riverbed. A third arrow was now in flight, and there would be no need for a fourth. The driver slumped over just moments before the vehicle dipped into a small ditch, slamming into an embankment. The force of this sudden halt immediately shattered the front two wheels and catapulted the driver from his seat. Utterly confused now, Miller quickly glanced over her shoulder to see if any horses were also approaching from the rear. Down in the canyon, the entire horde of the unholy hounds came spilling forth from the earth, as if hell itself had suddenly sprung open. The group seemed even more bewildered than Miller, half asleep and tripping over one another in a desperate attempt to engage an unseen enemy in combat. Miller could see Ravia among their number, the only one looking up at her. Her expression was chilling. There would be no need for a silent gesture to convey what they both now realized. They had made a mistake. They done goofed. The gang's chieftain, Jeffrey Heartslasher, led the others, cautiously approaching the crashed carriage like a suspicious fox would near a baited trap. There were no words exchanged as the group crept forward in customary silence. A dozen or so paces in front of the wreckage lay the far-flung driver, an arrow protruding from his broken body, and beside him a blood-stained effigy carved from stone. I had a feeling this would be the guy. I mean, it was obvious, I guess. Miller was inconsolable. Jesper had always been her favorite. He had always shadowed her in the night, clinging to the hems of her every move, the way a child tails behind an older sibling. Tender-hearted, she had always called him, though deep down she had known that wasn't quite true. His appearance of gentleness concealed a raw, resilient durability that emerged in the most perilous of situations. He had been a flower among the nettles of this cave, but he still had thorns, honed by a grim past and 100 hands of misfortune. They buried him in the darkness, in the back of one of the larger cabin rooms. He was interred with a berry basket and a silk handkerchief that he had treasured. The mysterious effigy they had found beside him served as a distinguished gravestone, a marker that stood out as somewhat special among the rows of similar swords marking neighboring plots. No one spoke, not even in whispers. There was nothing to say. Yeah, you done fucked up here. God damn it, guys. What are you doing? You shot your own guy! Also, look at that gravestone in the bottom right. It has the Arindian sigil on it. That's kind of interesting. Milla awoke the next day to a thunderous shaking and rattling of the earth, a far cry from the playful nudging of the previous day. She strained to adjust her eyes, but the choking sting of stirred-up dust caused her to flinch. Panic was also in the air. The sounds of scurried footsteps and clattering feet filled the space around her. But even in alarm, the silence was louder. What was it that sounded so strange? Miller closed her eyes tight and used her feet to guide her along the passage. The whispers around her were getting louder, and intense voices could be heard ahead. Louder speech than she had ever heard spoken in the canyon. A growing dread grew as Miller approached the mouth of the cave. Her eyes now opened wide despite the dust. Shouldn't it be day? Miller felt a hand in the darkness, pulling at her. It was Ravia. The two embraced, and Miller did not need to see her to understand. Ravia placed 2 bent fingers against Miller's cheek, and with that touch against her face, Miller felt the same sinking feeling from the previous day. 2 bent fingers confirmed what Miller had suspected. The girls had forgotten to relay one critical piece of information to the others. An hour or so later, the screams began. Blood-curdling cries of hopeless desperation. Captain Fodrick Lee of the Blackguard looked down from the bridge of the canyon to the collapsed entrance of the cave. Ah, he grinned. Now they speak. Well, that was a great story. Something, though, that was interesting is that, actually multiple things. This picture in particular, we've seen this picture before. But where? Oh, here! Yeah. Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. Deadly is the stone? Oh, shit! The effigy! Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. Oh my god, dude. Something's going on here. I need to find this effigy. Also, another thing. Berry Picker. That is a buff you can get from, oh, what's it called? The shrine. Maybe we need to, go to the shrine, get this buff, and then go to, Blackbridge Grotto. And something will happen. Write it down. Go to Blackbridge Grotto with Berry Pick up Blessing. Maybe something happens? I don't know. Let me see here. Deadly is the stone. Refers to effigy from Curse of Blackbridge. Yeah. We're gonna make notes like this, I guess, later. Let's put this over here. Keep it like that, I guess. Yeah. I'm happy with that. We can make notes like that on all of these. Holy shit. Well, I'm gonna take pictures of this in the VOD. Not doing that now. That's gonna take forever. Very cool. That was a long book, man. Ah. My mouth is dry now. Let's go up here. Time to keep drafting. Oh my god, I was completely immersed in that story. I completely forgot I was in the middle of a day. So weird. Let's go. Special key, we definitely do the secret garden. Because that will also put things in the conference room. And with the spoon, we're gonna be chilling today. Look at this. Maybe we do a bit of gambling. Huh? Yeah, let's go. Kind of regret making this metal detector shovel, though. Perhaps I could have made a brrrt, you know? Pull the lever. Can I get like a master lever that just opens everything at once, please? Or, you know, speeds up the animation. Rotate and demonstrate. And finally, we castrate. I don't know what I'm saying. No, but I really do wish this could be done faster every time. It gets a little old, you know? Having to do this every time. Not that I have to do it every time, but it's definitely advantageous for me to do it every time. Okay. And then, the door to room 46. Kind of want to get it early, actually. So I can get the crown. The crown is pretty good. So maybe that is a strategy now, just going straight for the crown. But how are we getting there fast? I guess we can sort of beeline it up here? Maybe that's a bad idea. Hallway. We have 8 gems left. I don't want to pollute tomorrow's draft pool too much with hallways, so maybe we redraw. Ooh, the greenhouse, though. It's a rare sight. And it does vibe with spare veranda. But the pool is 2 trunks. And we do need keys, gems, and dice, actually. And money. Take it. For sure. Oh, look at that. Free door. Come on, show me the goodies. Boom, boom. Not bad. Solid. Mega solid. So there's a key somewhere. Or coin. There. Straight north. This is the new strategy. Let's try and go straight to room 46. Secret passage. Into... Definitely secret passage, though. I would love that. Secret passage into... maybe a green room. The problem is... I can't get cloister here. I can get courtyard, though. That can work. Greenhouse is pretty likely here, so is patio. I don't think this is possible. Because there's no doors on the sides. Veranda is possible, I think. But that's a waste, I guess. Shop rooms. We could get an armory, I guess. But I would like a room that goes straight, you know? Studio additions. No. Hallways. Oh, a foyer? No. Yeah, a foyer could be pretty good. Hallway doors are always unlocked. But it's not exciting, you know? Like, it's... I would say green room again. Like, it's just the best. Green rooms are so good in this game. Compared to all other games where red rooms are better. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm making shit up. Electric eel aquarium. Yeah. I like that. This is a great room, man. The aquarium might be one of my favorite rooms. We finally triggered the experiment. Oh, we have 2 of them. Okay. When did I trigger it the first time? I don't recall. Conservatory, conservatory. Man, it's always in the top right, isn't it? Get it. Why is that? No! Don't give me tin cans. No! Oh. Nice. Let's see here. Pool hall is commonplace. Gymnasium. Let's make this unusual. It's actually not that bad of a room. You know what? Keep it standard. Yeah. Dining room, though, is a great room. Commonplace. Great doors, and of course there's food, right? So, win-win. Nothing else in here? Alright. Straight. Chapel. That works. Why not? Get it. Yoink. And that's room 46. Now we gotta open the door, of course. Observatory? Yeah, we gotta work on the stars again. Get the stars back up. Locker room, though! With a conference room? Dude. Let's do that. Hell yeah. We're gonna spread so many things there today. Money. We're gonna spread keys. We're gonna spread food. It's incredible. Maybe I'll even open one of these today and then pee in it. Damn. I want to redraw. Dark room? Shit, I can't rotate it. Actually, pool hole. We gotta start working on the achievement. I say that every time. Yeah, let's do it. I can't believe these bastards flipped this thing on me last time. I thought it worked one way. Now I think I really know how it works. I'm not gonna be fooled anymore. Okay, so 2. Here we're gonna go 2 times 10. That's 20. Minus 12 is 8. Good. 7 times 5. What's that, 40? And then minus 20 is 20. Wait, that can't be right. Hold on a minute. Oh, it's 42, isn't it? 42. So, what is that? 20... Wait, I can't do math in my head right now. Fucking hell. 7 minus... No, 7 times 5. So that's 7, 14, 21, 28... 35. 35, of course. Minus 20 is 15, divided by 3 is 5. Jesus Christ. Okay. Tough one. 20 plus 8, 28. And now we do divide by 14 is 2. And then comes times. So that's 24. 19. Whew. Man. Tough. Tough shit right there. The good thing about this one, though, is that even if you've messed it up, you get to try again. You know, the parlor, if you mess it up, you're done. And the achievement is not going to be counted. Okay. Do some digging. A silver key. Okay. That's actually pretty nice. Some coins as well. I could go down here, but I could also get a throne room. And who knows, maybe I'll get it. So let's just draft. This would be a great spot for many doors. Silver key. Oh, the cloister, though. Ooh. Closed exhibit. Cloister. The doors are immaculate. The cloister is one of the best rooms in the game. It's so good. Nice. Not nice. Yo, another one! Crazy. Ah, there it is. Alright, let's do this one. Would be nice to connect these, honestly. Otherwise, I'm gonna hate myself later. Oh, the trophy room is actually sick. I mean, I almost gotta get it then, right? Yeah. 8 gems just like that. Insanity. Absolute insanity. Let me see here. 19 out of 40. Really? Damn. Okay, we're actually almost there with the parlor. Okay. Not that far off. I think just a normal key here. Yeah. Normal key. Boudoir. Actually not that bad. But classroom. How many drafting rooms do we possess? 1, 2. That's it. 3. 4. Oh, nice. This one could be really good. What would I like to get here? I can fish for something specific. I'm not sure. I could also rotate this. Ah, but I can also draft from here, of course. Nah, we want to draft via classroom. But classroom in itself is not very exciting, is it? I'm taking classroom. Oh, nice! Look at that! That's a good one. Although a little late. That one is always best in the beginning of the game. Salt it and spoon it. That's my motto. Okay. We have 6 total redraws here. I mean, observatory is actually solid. Yeah, I think I'll take it. Don't even need to redraw. Wow. Got lucky there. Okay, what do we have? That's Draxus. Florealis. Amazing chests ahead. Let's not forget about that. In fact, maybe I head back now? Is that a bad idea? Let's wait. Yeah. Ooh, great hall. I do like that. For the doors, I mean. But I don't have a lot of keys, so... maybe not a good idea. Redraw. Damn. Damn. +1 key for each bedroom. I don't have any. I have 1. Not worth it. Ooh, this one though. Oh, yeah. Money time. Hold on a second. Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Damn, I don't have a purse. Okay. Nice. Okay, so here we're gonna take a quick picture. Actually, not yet. Open. The previous box in this room contained a true statement. Sure, buddy. Sure. I'll think about that later. Close it. Picture it. There. Wonderful. I will solve you one of these days. Ooh, should I special key here? Nah. Not yet. The courtyard is immaculate if I rotate it. And I think I will. Beautiful. Wait, did my stars just change? Oh yeah, because I have the, the experiment. Of course. $38 stars. It's not that bad, I guess. Oh, I have so many redrafts today. That's actually important. Let's take this one. Normal key. Dining room is immaculate. Ding-a-ling. We get some nice food. We're not gonna have issues with steps today. Before I eat that pizza, let's do some redrawing here. Her Ladyship's chamber. That's it. Take it. Tell me there's a telescopus. There is! Nice! We're gonna go try and see if there's a special secret sauce when the planetarium is in the outer room. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yep. Oh! Oh! Look! Look! There it is! Fuck! Damn! I picked up the money first. No! Ah, well, the workshop is kind of far away. Damn! Well, that's unfortunate. Sauna? Dark room? I could do a dark room. But I have so many redraws, I may as well use it. This will actually put it in the conference room. The patio. But we don't need that many, do we? Unless we're really fishing for something. We have... after this one, we have 4 drafts left. What rooms do we want today? No matter what. That's the question. I don't know. I wish I could look at my room directory while this is open, but I can't. I guess I want to get a... Oh, I want to do the mecha room. The mechanarium. But I need a lot of mechanized rooms. How many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4... 5? We have 5? Maybe we can get even more. What other rooms are mechanized? The lab? And... Well... I can't think of any other. But this will maybe allow us to do that. Patio. It's good, yo. Nice. Okay, so before I go in there, it's time to be really strategic here. I will eat this. Have dinner. Because we're not gonna get a furnace. Fuck that noise. Beautiful. Spoon that up. 42. The answer to life, universe, and everything. Okay, so I go back via foundation because I want to open this door anyway. Yeah, that's perfect. This way. There we go. We're gonna open the door to room 46. Then we're gonna go outside. And, oh, then we go to Planetarium and check out the interaction there. And after that, we head inside the house again. We could even try the chess move. We could try to go for the castling. But that's just a vague idea at this point. In fact, we may even have all the pieces we need to perform that maneuver. But I guess you would have to perform that maneuver over multiple days if that's the case. Nah. I don't know, it doesn't seem like a thing that would work, you know? I think it says castle in the room with the chess. Maybe I'll give the castle thing another look today. Just the words and all that. I mean, I did say I would do that, right? So... Also, this I gotta work on more. There we go. Okay, back out. I could go grab the gem. You know what? Am I that pedantic here? To go grab the gem? I think I am. Imagine if I need that one more reroll, you know? Imagine. So we gotta go here first. And turn this. This is so pedantic of me. It's crazy. I think it was that one, so one more. Please, I hope I'm right. This right here reminds me of The Witness. This type of floor, you know? Or catwalk. May 8. Yeah. Sick. This view is insane. Oh, man. Oh, I hope I can get in there somehow. Imagine. There's no way, right? Man, what if I get a rumpus room? I should take it. Yeah. I want a rumpus room today. Man, I hope we get to see a rumpus room today. Hey guys, do you wish for the rumpus room to come out? That is so stupid. I also have all this gold left. Should I be buying anything from the showroom? What is left even? Moon pendant. The chronograph, which sucks ass. We're not taking that. No way, Jose. I think that's about it. This was a horrible idea, by the way. Only 4 triggers. We could have gotten way more with just shops. But we're not done, so there could be more. Ah, the Voldemort has been engaged. Yo, wait a second. If I... Yo, what is my current chess? Right, that gives me armory. I still have a corner room left. If I change my chess piece now, will I be able to use that buff today? Or maybe it's the day after. I don't remember how that works. Because that would give me more rerolls on the corner. And that's the rook, by the way. That's the corner room one. Let's go check out this interaction over here now. See if it even works out here. It does. Saturn. Dowager. The Untamed. Starting tomorrow, each planetarium will contain 1 trunk. Oh, the dig spot! That's why that's here. I forgot about that. Really? Oh, there's also trunks in the entrance hall. This is so cool, by the way. What a cool little interaction. It's just gonna buff the planetarium. Or, I mean, the observatory. Oh yeah, here we are. So we have chests. Doink. Doink. Money is not what I need. Car keys. Why did I take it? Fuck, I suck! God damn it. I had 1 job. Unbelievable. Ah. Alright, whatever. Well, we gotta go to the workshop first. That was the plan. And then we gotta go to conference room. Okay, combine this with that. Am I using a welding torch to make this? The rest, there's not really a good combination. Unless I find a... what's it called? Battery pack. But I doubt I'm gonna find that. Okay, so now conference room. So here, here, here. Oh my god, what a path. It's horrible. That's fine. This may have been the wrong path. I think I saw a better one. But it's fine. Did I spread gold yet? I don't remember. Oh, I guess I didn't. Nice. Good thing I went this way then. This is gonna be crazy. Let the eating begin. Give me all the steps, give me all the gold and keys and gems, everything. Holy fucking shit. Have you ever seen anything like this? Wow. Wow. That's insanity. Okay, what else did I want to do while I was here? Maybe back to the observatory and... Wait a sec. So what I need to draft today is... I want to get Mechanarium. Right? Mechanarium has one door for each mechanical room in your house. How many mechanical rooms do we have left? None of these. Pump room. That one. And laboratory. And that's it, I guess. Unless... Found floor plans. Outer rooms. Yeah, there's 2 left, and then we can do, yeah. Dude, we should try and open everything in the Mechanarium. There's gotta be more hidden there, right? Let's see here. So we go back via here. Up through the pool. Actually, I want to go to observatory first, so... Here, 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 here. Oh my god, what a terrible path. Absolutely horrendous. But it's fine. I mean, I have steps. I got plenty. I even have the kitchen left if I need more. So up here. And then from here we're gonna go... Oh, what a path! Fuck me. This may be the worst one I've ever made. Down here, to the right, and then left. Straight. Jesus Christ. Here we are. The sail. Clavis. This is minor? Yeah. Cool. Now we start drafting. So, the rooms we need is laboratory. And... Laboratory. And pump room. And they are both sort of L-shaped rooms. So, a good spot to draft those would be, I guess, here on the foundation. Let's try that. Don't need that. Damn it. Nope. This is why we got all these gems. We got this now. But it's not yet time. Oh, come on. Oh, shit! We can't... Oh! It's not infinite, of course. Oh, fuck! I thought it was. Get this, I guess. Oh, no. Oh, treasure map. I mean, is it even gonna help me at this point? What would I like to find? Maybe a treasure chest full of dice. Yeah, all dice, please. Come on. That's gotta exist, right? It's made of ivory. That's expensive. Ah, I don't actually need these gems. Because I can't use them all, apparently. Normal key. Redraw. Ooh! No, we can't do that. We can't do it, unfortunately. Come on. There's 2 rooms I need. This should be able to happen, right? Ah, fuck. I could also just take this now. There's a chance that I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna be stuck here. Actually, not true. We have the door in the antechamber. Yeah. Come on, where's the lab at? Okay, in that case, I'll take Rumpus' room. Actually. Yes. Since I now remember that we have the door in the antechamber. Okay. Here we go.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened for one last time.
Oh!
By the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to impart to you one final vision.
Holy bitrate issues. Oh! Gallery.
In the dim, I see cavern walls of stone. A hollow lit by a sea of 1,000 burning stars. I see a treasure buried beneath the cliff rocks. A black mirror hidden among the memories of the falling sands. And within the black mirror, I see a figure. A figure standing in sullen snow.
Oh.
All of what I have told you, my young Baron, I wish you to now know. Until we meet again some distant day, I will have nothing more to say.
This is way too fucking epic, man. This is so goddamn epic. Oh, wow. So that chest we saw in the snow was definitely the chest here. There. And from the story of the Black Bridge. Speaking of, there was a bridge as well, right? Oh, a black mirror? Oh! What's happening in this game? Oh my god. What a violent hole I made here. Jesus. Wow. So we gotta go back up to antechamber now. That was insane. Yeah, this way. I can also open some of these lockers, but let's wait. Ooh, I gotta rewatch that for sure in the VOD. I gotta see it. Open this door. Yoink. Yep. 8 realms in 8 months. This is 100% related to the Sanctum. And Herbert going on some kind of journey. Sending postcards. This way. Normal key. Don't think special key's gonna help me in this case. It may. Damn it. Damn it. Pop room. Oh, but we can't! No! I may have to take a foyer, just so I can have another shot at the end. Well, the only thing we can do now is to try and get Mechanarium. And, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I'll take a foyer. Besides, I haven't been in here in a while. Lord William Epson. Right, okay. Let's go. The problem is now, if we get a Mechanarium here, the door's not gonna connect to anything. Maybe that's bad. I don't know. Furnace. Sauna would be nice, actually. Come on. Damn it. Laboratory. Vault. Lost and found. I mean, I'm running out of options here. Experimental house features. And that was it. Damn it. Okay, my plan did not work. Unfortunately. What do I pick? I guess casino? We have a chance to win? Come on, give me something good here at least. Also, this way we can get rid of our lever. Yeah. Fuck, I should have used the silver key! It's polluting my inventory! Damn it. Come on, something good. Something good. No, man. No. This game is impossible. There's not even that many options, and yet I've never won anything good here. It's crazy. Okay, so now I want to put this in here. Just to get rid of it out of the inventory. I'm not going to play, because there's no need. There's no point in playing it. I was hoping to get a red room so I could get a free redraw using the crown here. But it didn't turn out that way. Man, I have so many shitty items here. I gotta go back to code check and put in the emerald bracelet. That one is for sure. We gotta go do that. Besides that, I don't really know what else to do. Maybe we can go try the chest thing. I may have everything we need. Let's see. This is from last time, but that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. I do have an office. I do have a study. Oh, I have it all. Okay. I could... actually, I want to go back there anyway. Because I want to check, I just want to check the area again, you know? I don't know why I'm doing this. Right. I'm assuming there's not going to be any more new things here, so why am I doing this? I don't know. Boy, am I glad we actually solved the parlor today. Would have been a disaster to fail it twice in a row. I think the best way is to just leave Levi here, but we can't! Damn. A better way... Oh no, I have to go a horrible path here. The worst house I've ever made. Now I regret leaving this, because this could have been the Mechanarium now. That's why every single room in the mansion matters. That's why I'm so obsessed with that. We got a beepity boop. Oh, yeah. Whatever. I mean, I guess I go by the moon pendant as well. Commissary's all the way down there. Okay. Nothing else I can combine. Security, passageway, hallway, commissary. Oh, wait. Here, 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 here. Where's my showroom? Oh, here. Okay, yeah. No, this way. And then left. What a maze I've made here. Jesus. Down. Into the showroom. Get this one. Fuck the chronograph. I frickin' hate it. And then code check. Check my emerald bracelet. We had 4 successful triggers. It's not the worst, I guess. It's decent. Anything else we needed to do here? Don't think so. Maybe there's more hints down there, among the chests. You know? To solve this fucking word puzzle. Take me. I'm trying to think castling in chess. Like, I know how to do it on a chessboard. Right? You take the king and the rook and you exchange positions. You meet in the middle, sort of. It's kind of hard to put into words. It's much easier to do. You know what I mean? Here we go. Let me see here. Oh, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many, pieces do we have here? Wait a second now. Also, I need to take a picture of this, if we were to do this. Okay. Put it next to this one over here, actually. Maybe a bit bigger. There we go. So now... here. And now we look. So, knight. Security, that's that one. Then we had rook in the nook. Which is that one. And pawn in the parlor. Parlor is located there. King is in the office. And the office was there. That's the king, I think. And we had the queen in the study. And bishop in the chapel. There we go. Choose your piece. Okay. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C, pawn. Wait a second. What the fuck does this mean? Okay, I don't know what this means. I'm gonna try and castle here. So, I guess the way you do that, do you pick up the... So I'm trying to think here in physical chess, like OTB. Do you take the king in your hand first and then pick up the rook after and change, or... Do you know what I mean? Banner of the King. Each day you may choose a color. Rooms of the chosen color are more likely to be drawn while drafting. That actually sounds sick. Maybe I'll take it. So I guess the idea is we take this. And then we take the rook next time. And then we take the king again, maybe? Or maybe it's the other way. I don't know. Honestly, I'm spitballing right now. I don't know if this is even making any sense. But you see what I mean, right? I don't know if you know the rules of chess, but in chess you can get your king to safety by exchanging it with the rook as long as those two pieces have not moved in the game. And as long as there's no piece attacking the squares in between them or any of them. You know, no red dot, basically, if you know what I mean. That's the rule. What else can I do today? Oh, there's also this. Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm gonna be looking at the VOD for the video we saw in the Rumpus room. I saw 8 figures, or 7, standing around this right here. And I think that may be a hint. I'm gonna take screenshots of those shots in the movie, put it next to this gallery here, and we're gonna try and figure this out at some point. Yeah. This also, there's a reference to this in room 46. On the shelf, there is a red thingy here. Wheelbarrow, I guess, type deal. Cart with some items in it. This one, I have no clue. But yeah. And of course, we gotta go remove boxes. Here's the thing, though. Oh, we don't have a blessing. Okay. Let's keep that in mind. If I get a shrine, I'm definitely picking it. Yeah. I think there's nothing else to do now other than end the day. Right? There's nothing else we had to do. Code check is done. We bought the moon pendant. Everything else seems good. Yeah. I think we're good. Okay. Guess we just end the day here. Yeah. Did I throw money in here? I did. Okay. Alright. That's it. Call it. Well, that was kind of a good day, though. Finally got some good reading done. That was awesome. Of course, it's a guarding shopping center of games. So we have the Rumpus room, I guess. Oh, and billiard room and parlor. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. I see now. We got 4 game rooms. This pains me right here. This could have been... oh, that's something I want to note down, actually. Try to open all doors in Mechanarium. That's on my list of goals. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.